Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
Welcome, team, to another episode. We appreciate each and every one of you listeners. Many of you guys who already listen to the podcast have been kicking ass in the gym, and you guys prioritize your health. Now, this episode is all about those getting back into some fitness, so we need your help. If you have a friend or a family member or even a partner that used to prioritize their health, but they've kind of put it on the back burner for now, and you would like for them to start focusing on it, then please feel free to share this episode. Now, if you're here because one of your friends or family members sent you this episode, then welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast, where we discuss health tips, lifestyle tips, nutrition, fitness, and all that fun stuff. We hope you enjoy this episode, and hopefully you guys get some good value out of it. Three, two, one. We're in it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Welcome back, guys. Susie here with my co-host.
And lovely husband, Brandon. Welcome back, team. For those of you guys who are rejoining us, for those of you guys who are newer,
Tuning in for the first time,
welcome.
Buckle up.
This is fun. All right. Banter topic. We always like to start with a topic unrelated, but it's kind of
It's going to be tied to our discussion today.
Goes well with our topic. We had someone reach out to us by email to start their free trial. And then it turned into them wanting to do a free trial. Instead of them doing the free trial, they wanted their son and their brother to do the free trial.
Correct.
Tell them about that process, Susie, because you handle most of the email requests and all the free trial stuff.
Well, the original person who contacted me had requested a trial, and then when I went to book the trial with her, she was like, actually, no, I changed my mind. Like, I don't want to do a trial, but I want my son and my brother, so son and son's uncle, to do the trial. And I was like, okay, perfect. Like, that's fine. Her son was 15 years old, which is kind of like on the borderline of what we accept. We kind of go on a case-by-case basis because this is an adult gym, but accompanied by an adult, no problem. It's not. This is not the place where you're going to drop your kid off and drive away. We allow under 18-year-old participants in our classes, provided that their parents are here or that their maturity level is there.
Essentially, we don't want people to just drop their kids off who don't want to be here. We want, if they're younger and motivated and want to listen and want to be coached and want to
and
learn,
are capable of functioning around adults, and all of those things,
then we accept them with open arms.
Absolutely. We have like quite a few teenagers in our group classes who are killing it, and we love having them, and it's really rewarding to see them start young. But anyways, the point being, this is an adult gym. Anyways, so 15-year-old and the uncle who was like in his 20s sign up for their trial, and I'm like, perfect, can't wait. Funnily enough, I even asked Amanda, our newest coach here, to come do to kind of watch me do the trial as like a training exercise.
Part of the onboarding process for our new employee.
Which is just like a little bit of a funny aside because, well, we'll see where this situation goes. Anyways, so Amanda comes to shadow me doing the trial. The day of the trial comes up, and in walks a 15-year-old kid and their uncle, and the only one who's dressed to do sports is the child. And the child has some special needs, which is also would have been fine provided he was accompanied by an adult. So the uncle is in his suit, and I was like, hey, like, where's your workout gear? Do you need to change? You want me to show you where the locker room is?
It's about to work out in a full suit.
And he was like, oh, no. There's been like a miscommunication. It's the workout is for my nephew. And I was like, ooh, this is awkward.
Mm-hmm. And I guess in that short time frame, just to kind of give people an idea of where I had just finished my workout. I hopped into the 4 p.m. class.
Right.
And this happened at about 5 p.m.
Yes.
So I'm like stretching on the turf, maybe 10, 15 feet away from this. So I'm kind of seeing this go on.
And Amanda is standing right beside me
Yes.
in full training mode while this happens. And I am like in probably the most awkward situation I've ever been in as with any client here.
Yeah. And I'll also say in that very short window, the child was all over the place.
Yeah. So I think I think it is important to the context of the situation to know that the child was definitely special needs of some kind. And this gym is open to all people of all abilities and needs and all of those things. But I wasn't told beforehand, so I wasn't anticipating it. And as I'm discussing with the uncle about like where are his gym clothes and having this conversation, the child is like jumping off the rower and onto the skier and like climbing things and kind of like completely like loose on the gym.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, oh no, like you can't, like I can't be responsible for him alone.
Yeah.
You need to do the trial with him. And he's welcome to do the trial with you. Anyways, I tried and explained to the uncle how like this is an adult gym and that the only reason I accepted to have a child attend the workout was because I was under the impression that the adult was accompanying said child. But then the best thing came out of this guy's mouth ever.
Yeah.
/ worst thing.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh no, I have a job. I can't work out."
The gym at this point is full. Like full.
Packed with people.
We had a 4 p.m. class that was full that just finished. We had a 5 p.m. class that was just starting. Multiple coaches in the building.
Yeah.
We had people in
Don't
open
steal
gym.
my punchline.
Oh, I won't. But
Okay.
just giving people the idea of like what the gym
gym is
like.
thriving right now. 4 p.m. is ending. 5 p.m. is starting.
Bumping.
It's hustling.
Music is up.
All of our coaches are working. Amanda's in training behind me.
All of our coaches except for me. I was just stretching.
Okay, well, you're always working if you're in the building. Okay, all of this is like the gym is booming.
Yeah.
And this guy, I say to him like, you need to do the trial with. Like, I'm not gonna take the child alone for the trial. I mean, part of the trial is like a sales pitch, and I'm not gonna do a sales pitch to the special needs child who doesn't even know why he's here. He's just being dropped off, which is like not the concept.
Yeah.
So I say to the uncle, like, you have to do it with him, or unfortunately, like, it's not going to be a good fit because I can't sell a membership to this child. He can't attend my classes in the future alone. So like, if you're not also getting a membership, there's no point in furthering this. And he was like, no, well, I have a job. And so then I literally laugh when he says that to me. And then I turn and I point to the entire gym and I was like, it's funny you should say that. Literally, if you look in here, all of these people, all of these adults, every single one of them have jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you are not special. I think I might have even said it like in a joking way. Like, I'm like pretty sure every single person in here has a job and you are not the only one on this planet with a job, sir. And they all find time to come to the gym, look at them. They're all working out. This is amazing.
I guess there's some things that, like, I guess my thought process behind this is from our side, from the business side of things, we get to go through so many different scenarios.
Yes,
that
we
we're not
encounter
always,
a lot of things. Yes.
things that we, I guess when we're working with the public that we didn't anticipate going through.
Very, very awkward situations.
And I wanted to share this story on the podcast because I feel a strong connection to all of our members as a whole and individually to each person.
Right. And
I feel like sometimes people dismiss how amazing these people are in a way that's like, oh, like these, assuming that all these people in the gym aren't working.
Literally, like, he must work way harder than every single other person in there because he's not coming
like
to work out.
Your driving your nephew to the gym right now, you could have literally spent what? You would have driven away for maybe 10, 15 minutes and then driven another 10, 15 minutes back to the gym. You could have spent an extra 20 to 30 minutes to work out, and it would have taken you the exact same time. And you're telling us that you don't have time to work out because you have a job? Get out.
Yeah. It's like one of those times where you really want to bite your tongue and just be like, how dare you? I did kind of like poke fun at him, and I think he realized a little bit like what he said when I was like, well, everybody here has a job, like you're not special kind of thing. And I think he did realize a little bit, but all he had to say is I don't value my health and fitness. Like that's not a priority for me, because that would have been the only legitimate answer at that point. You're already standing inside the gym. You're already here. You're going to drop this kid off and you're going to come back in 30 minutes to pick him up. Like what? Yeah. What do you mean you don't have time? Or you have a job so you can't work out? You're not at your job right now.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting situation. And we hear stuff like this all the time. You know, we have so many parents in the gym and people saying they don't have time because of their kids. Yeah. We have people who are students, have jobs, and people are always like, oh, well, I'm a student. I don't have time to work out. Or
I can't afford it. Yeah. But, I mean, we have tons of people who figure that out, too. Like, there's just so many. We've heard all of the excuses, and we have somebody who's currently in our community who contradicts every excuse that everybody says. We have people with lots of kids. We have single parents. We have
grandparents,
people who own businesses, who run their own businesses, who are self-employed, who work 2 jobs, who work night shifts and come in the morning after their night shift. I want to recognize that, sure, it isn't always easy to find time or to make it work, but if you want to make it work, you're going to make it work, and we recognize that. And so I'm literally offended for all of my members when somebody tells me something ridiculous like that. Like, I have a job. I'm like, I'm like, how dare you look me in the eyes and say that in front of all of these people who also have jobs, who have also found the time to be here. And you know what? This guy, you're an uncle. You don't even have your own kids yet. Wait till you have your own kids. Like, wait till you have so many other things on your plate. Like, you don't know what people are willing to sacrifice in order to prioritize their health and wellness. And props to you, and props to every single one of our CrossFit Max members. And I will die on this hill.
How dare you insult our members like this?
Anyways, and then just to like conclude the story, funnily enough, then I'm like looking over at Amanda and I'm like, I am so uncomfortable after this guy left, because in the end I was like, I'm not going to accept. It just didn't work out. So I was like, I'm so sorry, but like clearly this is not a good fit. There's been a miscommunication. If you would like a children's class, like you should research child fitness in your area, because I'm not sure. You can try CrossFit YUL. They have a kids program, whatever. Yeah. Then I turn around to Amanda and I'm like, so in today's training exercise, I will be the client and you will be the teacher. But it was all good. But it was definitely one of the most uncomfortable I've ever felt. I didn't like turning somebody away who was coming to work out, but
yeah, I think like CrossFit can be for anyone, you know, but
100%.
But this kid would have required a lot of attention, and unfortunately, it's just not the service that we offer
because
at CrossFit
it's a
Max.
It's
group training
model, and it's an adult group model. So this child needs a one-on-one attention 100% of the time, which was just not realistic. Anyway, all this to say, congrats on having jobs, people, and congrats on getting your workouts in. You are apparently unicorns.
All right, let's talk about the topic for today, which kind of goes well with our banter
right
topic.
In line with our topic here.
And that's people getting back into their fitness journey.
Right.
So either people who have maybe been, exercising in the past and have taken a time away from it, who have not prioritized their health maybe over an extended period of time. So we just wanted to give a little bit of nuggets to those people who are just getting back into it. Those people who have
maybe once upon a time identified themselves as athletes or people who go to the gym and all of these things, and then somewhere along the way they lost their way and they're finding their way back to fitness.
Do you want to give, where do you want to go with this?
Well, I think the first thing that we would say to somebody who is ready to start again.
It's a big high five. Good job.
Congrats.
Yeah.
No time like the present,
Yes.
literally.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no like, now is a good time.
Mm-hmm.
The rest, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever happened in the past is the past.
Yeah.
Now is now. Now is a good time. But I think the first question I would want to ask somebody who is contemplating restarting their fitness journey is why? Oh, why do you want to work out again?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously there's been like a thought process that has led that person to make this choice, right? They were not previously working out. Now they want to work out. What changed? What is the thing that's like that little voice in their head that's telling them maybe you should consider working out again? Like, why is that? And I feel like the typical answers are usually something along the lines of like, I want to lose weight, or I really miss it. I'm feeling unhappy. I don't like whatever, something about how you look or how your mindset is or your stress level. But anyways, I think it's super important to give yourself kind of reflect and pinpoint why do you want to work out? Because if you give yourself a reason, something that defines why you make these choices, then on the days when your motivation is low and all of those things, you can circle back to that why. Why do I want to do this? So that I have the energy to play with my kids after work, so that my posture is better, so that whatever it is, the reason for you, it's going to help you really keep yourself on track.
Yep. Identifying those reasons are going to be important. The why is going to be important. And then from there, we can kind of help guide them on creating like behavioral goals. So they have like this, they have this goal, this desire, they have their why. And we've spoken about this on the podcast before, having like an outcome goal versus setting up behavioral goals. So outcome being all the things we just said. I want to lose 5-10 pounds,
right?
Whatever that could be. I want to be able to, run a 5K again, or whatever those outcome goals are. But then from there, our job is to help create the proper behaviors that are needed for them to start turning this into a habit, because those people have lost the routine, the habit of going to the gym, of signing up for classes. So we acknowledge that the beginning of this process is going to be very challenging,
because it goes against all of the things that you're used to doing.
Yeah, you're going to have to make time in your schedule now
to get uncomfortable.
Because you probably have a job. You probably...
all of you people with jobs out there.
You might have kids. You might have a family that you need to work around. You might have responsibilities. So you got to try to essentially figure out the behaviors that are needed for you to now go and attack your main goal, or your goals, your whys. Yeah.
And I feel like something like in line with those behaviors is we're biased because we own a gym and we want everybody to come to our gym and work out. But I think something to keep in mind for somebody who is trying to make a comeback on their fitness journey is going to a gym like CrossFit Max that is going to have certified coaches and in a well-structured program is going to make such a big difference on a successful, quote unquote, like comeback, let's say.
Yeah. A lot of people say like, oh, I need to get in shape before going to CrossFit.
Eye roll. That's like almost a big of an eye roll is when people say, I have a job, so I can't work out. Like, you don't need to go to the gym to get in shape before you can join CrossFit. That's the freaking point of coming to CrossFit.
That is our job. That is our mission here. It's to help you get into shape. That's literally our goal.
And in order to do it in the safest, most effective way, being coached and following a intelligently laid out program is going to make all the difference. Because we don't expect you to show up here and know exactly what you're doing. Or if you maybe do have CrossFit experience in your past and you haven't done it in so long, we don't expect you to pick up from where you left off. That's just not realistic.
Yeah, I think part of the onboarding process is setting the expectations as well. A lot of people who are coming back, let's say even into CrossFit, we've had many people now, especially because of COVID and everything, where the gyms were closed for many years. A lot of people are coming.
Off the bandwagon in COVID.
A lot of people are coming back to their CrossFit journey, so they're reflecting on the numbers, the weights that they used to hit, and the fitness level that they used to be at, or the body weight that they used to be at. So it's just setting the expectations. It's like, hey, let's go by feel. I hear this often, like when we're doing our strength piece, like what percentage should I go at? And I'm like, dude, you haven't back squatted in 3 years. We're not going off percentage. We're going to go based on how you feel for today. You're going to take it moderate. You're not even going to think about the numbers that you used to go at. And we're just going to really just set the expectation of just taking it day by day. Tomorrow, you're going to be a lot more sore than what you were 3 years ago when you would do 2 sessions in a row. So your body needs to adapt. Your numbers are not going to be the same. And we need to just set the expectation of like, let's just focus on showing up today and having fun with the whole process.
Yeah. No one's going to keep it more real than a well-trained coach. And that is why going to a gym with a well-trained coach is going to stop you from maybe overexerting at the beginning or for getting hurt, for doing something silly. Yeah. And then that's going to postpone your progress so much. So making sure that you know why you want to get back into it, making sure that you establish some behavior related goals that are going to help you get there. And then going somewhere where you're going to get coached and like properly coached.
And then also setting the expectations.
Yes. So along with that coaching, yes. Good point. Is setting yourself some realistic expectations. And being open to the process, because the first few weeks are going to be extremely challenging. Challenging mentally. Like I always say to people, literally the hardest part about getting your workout done is getting to the gym. Because once you're inside the gym, it's like contagious. People are the motivation, the coach, the vibe, the music. It's like, it's going to happen for you. Once you show up at the gym, I guarantee you're going to get a workout in. But getting yourself to the gym mentally, super challenging. Getting back to the gym after your first day back, where your legs are so sore and your arms are so sore because they haven't been using those muscles in so long. Extremely challenging. We know.
And on that note as well, knowing that you're going to be sore and not taking an extended time of rest in between your training sessions is something to also be aware of. You're going to, like you said, you're going to be sore. You're going to be a little bit more sore, but it shouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to train once this week. No. You need to get your body adjusted to it. You need to be smart about the weights and the movements that you choose, but you need to make sure if we're going in this, you need to go into this. If you do once, twice a week, you're consistently going to always be sore. Your muscles are never really going to adapt. So you need to have like a proper onboarding. You need to be a little bit more consistent with your moving.
I think that being sore is a given, but...
And you're going to be more sore than usual.
Oh, yeah. Very, very, very. And I think the common misconception is like being sore means that you need to rest more, and it's completely not true. The best thing to help your sore legs is to move them again the next day. Is the best thing to get those arms feeling like arms again and not little noodles hanging off of your body, is to use them the next day and get that blood flowing, get that heart rate. We kind of talked about this last week when we were talking about injuries. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that episode, definitely go back and listen. Movement is medicine. So when we're sore, finding ways to continue to move the body, getting over that hump is going to get you there faster.
And something that we touched on before is about the programming side of things. Even people who are consistently training 5 to 6 times per week here, we program the workouts knowing that certain muscles are going to be sore the next day. So we are working different muscles. For example, today was a fun one. Today was a really fun workout.
I'm excited. I'm going to do it later.
I even told Susie when I programmed it, I was like, I want a workout that's really going to get a good quad pump. So we did a decent amount of heavy squats and squat volume, like squat endurance. So I know that people's quads, their thighs, are going to be sore AF. F tomorrow. I
That
am
was
not
all part of Brandon's master plan.
I am not going to program more squats tomorrow. So you need to realize that when we program our days of training, we program with the thought process of, okay, these people's legs are going to be sore today. We're going to do something that is complementary the next day for them to work different muscle groups so they can go to the gym, so they can move. And you know what the reality is, that you're going to have to adjust the weights no matter what, because you're getting back into it. So it is appropriate that you're sore, and it's normal that you're sore, but get back in the gym the next day.
100%.
Listen, like, go back to your why, go back to the behavioral goals that you've had with your coach, and get moving.
Yes. And I think another sort of like maybe nugget or thing that you can take away or apply if you're trying to get back into your fitness is surround yourself with people who are going to be supportive. Tell people that you would like them to support your desire to get back into it, whether they're actually going to come to the gym with you. That would be amazing. Having an accountability buddy is a fabulous way of making sure you keep on track, because sometimes your motivation is going to be down, but the other person's motivation is going to be up, and they're going to be able to boost you, vice versa. But if you aren't going to have an actual accountability buddy coming with you to the gym, tell the people around you, like, I need you to support me in this because it's going to be really mentally hard for me. And so when I'm having like a lazy day, I want you to remind me of why I'm doing this or why I want to do this. And having that support from your community, from the people close to you, from your spouse at home or your kids at home or whoever, is going to really help you focus on getting back on track. Okay. You don't want to have that person who's trying to sabotage your progress because they're not ready to start their journey or whatever. You want to be like, hey, you know what? I'm doing this for me, but I would really like some support, and trying to surround yourself with people who are supportive. If you don't have that person in your home with you that's supportive, tell your friends or tell your coaches. Be like, you know, I really need support. Start talking about it, because you know what? You may even inspire someone else to start their fitness journey as well. But that's just like a super extra bonus on the end. But having people around you who are supporting you and cheering for you is really going to make a big difference. I think it's super, like, it makes such a difference. I obviously am so entrenched in this fitness world with you, Brandon, that like there's literally nobody in my close world now that is not into health and fitness in some way, shape, or form.
That's for sure.
Like everybody. It's just because we've surrounded ourselves with like-minded people. And I mean, it's not like you can't be my friend if you don't go to the gym, but basically.
This might sound silly, but, well, not as silly as that, but
I don't mean it like that, but kind of like all of my close friends, whether they're runners or swimmers or cyclers or hikers or whatever, they do something for health and fitness.
But I think like your core values are health related.
100%.
So when you have certain core values, like the friends you attract are going to be like that as well. But
exactly.
On a different note that might sound silly is even like social media, like following Instagram accounts that are like motivational. Such a good point. I found one yesterday, like it just kind of popped up on the reel category, and it was this guy who seemed very athletic, like big into hockey, and he had like a stroke. And his whole right side of his body was affected. So I was looking at his reels, and he was posting some really good social media content on like his progress over the last year and a half. Posted
on your story?
Yes. Yeah. I had to reshare it. I was like, wow, this is so inspirational. So even like following accounts on social media that are gonna be like nutrition related, based on healthy things, and it might even just be worth it to clean up some of your social media followers.
That makes such a big difference.
Like following accounts that are more healthy and more motivational, and like that stuff boosts me up sometimes. Like last night I was like, oh wow, I want to go work out tomorrow. Like this guy is so like inspirational. Like, he had a stroke, half his body is non-functional. He was showing his physiotherapy. He couldn't stand, and now he's in the gym again. He's doing like kickboxing, and he's back on the ice skating. So
that stuff gets you so inspired, and then you just think like, what Like, what's my excuse?
Yeah.
If this guy's getting up and doing it, like, why should I not be doing
It's
it?
probably because you have a job.
Work. Sorry, can't work out. I'm employed.
But anyways, just to acknowledge that getting back into your fitness journey can be super challenging.
Yeah, I don't think we're trying to take away from that.
Finding
we know
the right
it's hard.
support system is going to be crucial. Finding a coach to talk to is going to be also really helpful on the beginning process.
Having a community like CrossFit Max.
Setting the expectation also that, hey, we're just going to take it day by day. We're not going to focus on what you used to do, how you used to lift or whatever. Just focus on like today and take it one step at a time. Being super consistent with your training. You have to show up and you have to be consistent. If you're not, the beginning process is going to be much slower.
Right. I feel on that note also, sorry, I'm interrupting you, but on that note also something that we haven't mentioned, which is super valuable as part of this process, is keeping track.
Yeah, for sure.
Tracking your progress.
Yeah, we use Wodify for this exact purpose, is to keep track of your numbers. So we do this for new people, but we also tell people who are getting back into it, we keep track of all of our strength numbers. So it would be cool it would be cool for you to know your old numbers and not really set the expectation of getting back there, but being able to track your progress throughout your journey here and then seeing that you will get back to your old numbers eventually if you're you do all the other things
and you keep showing up to the gym and you keep giving it a good effort every time you're here. No matter what, you will get fitter. For sure.
Yeah.
You will improve. You will get stronger. You will learn new skills. You will become more athletic every workout.
No one shows up to our gym 4 to 5 times per week and at the end of the week tells themselves, man, you know what? This week I'm more unfit.
Literally. I go back to this example a lot, but it's so true. And I know that he doesn't mind me talking about it. But Cam, our member,
Cam's awesome. We talk about him all the time.
Yeah. Like, I just love Cam. Like, I just want to bring him home with me every day. Anyways, Cam, when he showed up here for his free trial, he did a 7-minute AMRAP and like basically fainted from just complete lack of fitness. Yeah. Like, it wasn't well nourished. He wasn't doing good nutrition.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, not just fitness, but health. His health was poor.
Just like not even close to where it should be.
Yeah.
And now, fast forward a year later, he just ran a 10K this last weekend. He did a 10K race. He absolutely crushed it. And there's just like, he's just done leaps and bounds in 1 year on his fitness, and he's been super consistent. And he showed up for his workouts, and you know, the first month for him was rough. Like, he was literally unwell after some workouts because he hadn't yet figured out his nutrition and all of these other things. His cardiovascular health wasn't there, and like, he's just done a complete 180 on his whole life.
Talking before about a support system, he was telling me at his work now he's gotten like a few other people into fitness and health, and they have like a group now where they message each other about their runs and their training and their healthy food choices.
It makes such a difference. If you have people cheering for you, or people who are going through it with you, or people who have the same interests as you, it's going to make such a big difference. And that's one of the beauties of joining a gym like CrossFit Max, is that if you don't have those people in your outside life, you're going to meet them in your classes, and you're going to have them here in the gym.
Yeah. We had Bonna come in last week and get a membership here, and she's someone that hasn't done CrossFit in over a year, and I used to coach her many years ago. So this podcast is really good for her. Hopefully she listens to it. But when she walked into the gym the other day, I saw like 2 or 3 people go up to her and just like introduce themselves to her, so
good.
I saw Kevin go up to her, and it's great. It's freaking awesome. Like, our community members are so good at doing this. We talk about building a strong culture, and that's like something that's so good with our clients. Like, they see someone new, they go up to them.
You would literally think that we like paid people as plants in the class to like act a certain way, because they are literally so amazing.
Yeah, they are pretty awesome. And on that note of talking about how amazing our clients are, let's do our client of the week. Someone who is very social with our clients, with our other gym members, and as one of my personal clients for, oh my goodness, I don't even know, maybe 5-6
She's
years.
like literally an OG.
She has been a personal client of mine for many, many years. I've got to see her train for her, I don't even know what you call it, like her
Fitness test?
her fitness test to go to school to become a border
Patrol agent?
patrol agent. And then so I saw her go through the process of like
Trying to get accepted,
passing a physical test, going to school, coming out of school, getting a job, and now she's still absolutely smashing it. And that client is Marissa.
Woo! Marissa, we love you.
She's always super fun to be coaching. She works hard. She plays it off like she doesn't, I feel like. But she trains 5, even mostly 6 days per week. She's been running all summer.
She tries to get in like to the gym as much as she can, and she lives far from here, so she like really prioritizes it. She even has a job. It's crazy.
Yeah, she does have so she works at the airport.
Yeah.
And so I've really got to see her entire journey of going through the entire process of her young career, which is super cool. She was one of my first ever clients that I helped her with as a one-on-one client, as an online client. Now she was one of our very first members at CrossFit Max.
Oh yeah.
She trains mostly here, but she also trains at a local gym closer to where she lives twice a week, just to do some extra fitness on the days that she can't make it in here. And yeah, she's now over the summer, she's picked up her running.
And she's just an example of like a beautiful member of the community.
Yeah.
She's super friendly. She's chatty. She's engaging. She brings life to every class that she participates in.
Yeah. Tall, blonde, lots
beautiful.
of energy, super fit. Yeah. We love her.
We love you. Thanks, Marissa.
Yeah.
Shout out.
All right, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Hell
If
yeah.
you feel like there's someone in your life who you know
Could benefit.
who has previously taken their health and their fitness serious and has kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit.
Maybe they've put themselves on the back burner and then have gone down the wrong path recently.
If they've maybe just fallen off the wagon and they need a little bit more encouragement, then send them this podcast with a smiley face and maybe a heart. Tell them you love them.
And we will be contacting them soon to start their memberships. Just kidding.
The link to book a free trial is going to be in the show notes below or above or on the side. I'm not sure where they are on the software.
I don't know either.
Anyways, in the show notes, there's going to be a link that'll take them straight to our website. They'll be able to book a free trial right from there. And we'll hopefully get them
going.
And even if they're not in this local area, send them this podcast anyways and get them to just kind of be thinking about their health and their fitness, and it could be good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See you later.
See ya.